You weren't drawn here by accident. This moment, this exact point in time, is not a coincidence. Something greater has pulled you in, a force beyond explanation, whispering to the deepest parts of your soul. You feel it, don't you? That unshakable sense that you were meant for more, that the life you've known is about to change in ways you can't yet comprehend. This is not just another message, another fleeting inspiration. This is a call to awaken. For too long, you've carried the weight of doubts, the voices of fear and hesitation keeping you caged. But despite it all, something inside you has refused to break. That fire, the one they tried to extinguish, is still burning. It has survived the storms, the betrayals, the nights of silence when no one believed in you. And now, it flickers stronger than ever because it knows your time has come. Everything you've endured, every loss, every setback, every moment where the world seemed determined to break you, was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to forge you. The pain, the struggle, the moments of isolation. They weren't punishments. They were preparation. And now, the pieces of your destiny, the path that once seemed distant and fragmented, are beginning to align. Can you feel it? That shift in the air, the pull of something unseen, urging you forward. This is the turning point, the threshold between who you were and who you were always meant to become. But make no mistake, this is not a passive transformation. It is a battle against the past, against the doubts, against every force that has ever tried to convince you that you were less than destined for greatness. You stand at the edge of something extraordinary, something irreversible, and the only thing left to do is step forward. The path ahead will not be gentle. Destiny does not hand itself over without resistance. You will be tested, just as you always have been. But this time, you are no longer the same. This time, you are armed with the scars of your past, with the wisdom carved from pain, and with a fire that refuses to be extinguished. Think back to the moments that nearly broke you. The betrayals, the disappointments, the nights when you questioned everything. They were not signs of your failure. They were your crucible. The universe does not mold the ordinary. It refines those who are meant to rise, stripping away every illusion, until all that remains is undeniable strength. And now, standing here in this moment, you are faced with a decision. Will you claim what has always been meant for you, or will you allow fear to dictate your fate? They have tried to keep you small. The world has thrown shadows over your light, convinced you to doubt your own worth. But deep down, even when the noise of the world was deafening, you always knew the truth. You were meant for more. The fire inside you has whispered it all along. And now, that whisper is becoming a roar. The road ahead will demand everything from you. Growth does not come without sacrifice. The person you once were, the one who accepted less, who tolerated mediocrity, who stayed silent when they should have roared. That version of you must be left behind. Do not grieve the loss. It is not death. It is evolution. You will feel resistance. The old life, the old patterns, the old fears, they will claw at you, desperate to keep you bound. They will come disguised as comfort, as nostalgia, as the illusion of safety. But you are no longer meant to live in that place. You are meant to break free. And as you do, the world will shift. Doors that once seemed permanently shut will begin to crack open. Opportunities you never thought possible will reveal themselves. People who see your light, who recognize the warrior in you, will begin to appear. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. But do not be fooled. This new path is not without its trials. With every step forward, you will face new challenges. The higher you rise, the greater the resistance. The stronger you become, the more the world will test you. It is the price of stepping into your power. But remember this, every great force has faced opposition. Every legend was forged in battle. You are no different. So let them doubt you. Let them whisper. Let them scoff at your ambition, at your dreams, at the impossible vision you hold inside. It does not matter, because you do not need their validation. You do not need their permission. What you need, what you have always needed, has been within you from the very beginning. This is not just about success. This is not about proving them wrong. This is about becoming. Becoming the force you were always meant to be. Becoming the person who no longer begs the universe for scraps, but demands their place at the table. Becoming the living embodiment of resilience, of power, of destiny unfolding exactly as it was meant to. But the choice is yours. You can remain in the past, clinging to the version of yourself that the world told you to be. Or you can rise. You can step into the unknown, embrace the uncertainty, and walk forward with the unshakable knowing that you were made for this. And if you choose to rise, the world will never be the same again. You stand now at the precipice of something greater than you have ever known. The weight of your past, the struggles that once held you captive, they no longer define you. Every wound, every scar, every moment of pain was never meant to break you. It was meant to shape you into something unshakable. They told you to stay in line, to fit the mold, to silence your voice, and shrink yourself to make others comfortable. But the fire in you refused to die. It flickered in the darkness, waiting for the moment when you would finally see yourself for who you truly are. Limitless, unstoppable, chosen. And now, here you stand, at the threshold of transformation. This is where most people hesitate. This is where doubt seeps in, where the mind begins to whisper its familiar lies. You're not ready. You're not worthy. You don't have what it takes. But those are echoes of an old life, a life you are no longer bound to. The truth is, you were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to play by their rules. You were born to break barriers, to rewrite the script, to claim the power that has always been yours. Look around you. Can you feel it? The shift. The very fabric of your reality bending in your favor. Doors that once seemed locked are beginning to creak open. People who once doubted you will suddenly look at you with awe, as if they are only now seeing what you have always known. You are different. You were never meant to follow. You were meant to lead. But do not mistake this moment for an easy ascent. The climb will demand everything from you. Growth is not comfortable. It will strip you bare, forcing you to shed every illusion, every lie you ever believed about yourself. It will demand sacrifice, the loss of old identities, the severing of toxic ties, the willingness to step into uncertainty with nothing but faith in your own strength. The weak will turn back. They will retreat into the arms of comfort, choosing familiarity over transformation. But you did not come this far only to stop now. You will be tested. The moment you decide to rise, resistance will come. People will doubt you. They will question your vision. Some will even try to pull you back, not because they want to stop you, but because your rise forces them to confront their own fears. They will not understand why you refuse to stay where it is safe, why you dare to want more. But their understanding is not required. You do not need permission to be great. And when the challenges come, as they always do, you will stand firm. You will remember that every struggle is a stepping stone, every hardship a lesson, every setback a setup for something greater. You will keep moving forward, step by step, breath by breath, until the life you once dreamed of becomes the life you are living. Because here's the truth. Everything you desire is already within reach. The life you crave, the freedom, the success, the power, it has been waiting for you to claim it. You do not need to prove yourself to anyone. You do not need validation, approval, or applause. All you need is the unshakable conviction that you are meant for more. So rise. Let the doubters watch. Let the naysayers whisper. Let the world wonder how you did it. Because when you finally step into your power, when you refuse to shrink for anyone, when you walk in the fullness of who you are, nothing will ever be the same again. The moment has arrived. The world as you know it is shifting, bending to the sheer force of your awakening. You are no longer bound by the chains of yesterday, no longer trapped in the endless cycle of doubt and hesitation. Something within you has snapped. The old version of you is crumbling, and from the ashes, a new force is rising. But make no mistake, this is not the part where everything suddenly becomes easy. No, this is the part where you are tested, where the universe asks, how badly do you want it? Look back for a moment, not to dwell, but to understand. Every battle you fought, every tear you've shed, every night you lay awake wondering if you'd ever break free. It wasn't for nothing. Those struggles weren't punishment. They were preparation. Every moment of pain was a lesson, sharpening you, forging you into something unbreakable. And now, the doors that once seemed locked, they were never truly closed. They were waiting for you to become the person strong enough, bold enough, ruthless enough to walk through them without fear. This is where the weak give up. This is where the uncommitted retreat. But you are not weak. You are not uncommitted. You have been molded by fire, your spirit tempered by trials that would have broken anyone else. You are standing here today because you refused to surrender when the world gave you every reason to. And that means one thing: you are ready. But do not mistake readiness for comfort. There will be moments ahead that test you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Discomfort will become your companion. Pain will try to seduce you into giving up. The voices of doubt will rise, louder than ever, telling you to turn back before it's too late. Ignore them. Because the path of transformation does not cater to the weak. It demands everything. Your old excuses, useless here. Your fears, they no longer hold power unless you allow them to. The life you desire, the destiny that has been calling to you since the beginning of time, it will not be handed to you. You will have to take it. And taking it means sacrifice. The people who once walked beside you may not be able to follow where you're going. Some will fall away, not because they don't care, but because they are not built for this level of ascension. Let them go. Clinging to the past will only slow you down. The habits that have kept you stagnant, they must be destroyed. The old ways of thinking, the patterns that kept you small, they cannot follow you into this new reality. Because this is where you step into your power, not in some distant future, not when the timing feels perfect. Now, right now, the universe rewards action, not hesitation. Every step forward is a declaration, a signal that you are no longer waiting for permission, no longer hoping for a miracle. You are becoming the miracle. There will be moments when it feels like too much, when exhaustion whispers that you've done enough, that it would be easier to stay where you are. In those moments, remember this: you did not come this far just to stop here. You have already endured the pain of growth. Why would you settle for anything less than everything you deserve? The life you want is within reach. The power you crave is already inside you. The only thing standing between you and the life you were meant to live is the decision to take what is yours. So rise, step forward, step into the fire and let it forge you into something unstoppable. Because the world will either remember your name or wonder what could have been. The choice is yours. You feel it, don't you? That shift in the air, the subtle but undeniable force pulling you towards something greater. It's as if the universe itself has been whispering your name, urging you forward, preparing you for this very moment. Everything you've endured, the struggles, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, was never meant to break you. It was meant to mold you, to refine you, to shape you into the unstoppable force you are destined to become. Look back at your journey. The battles you fought, the pain you carried, the doors that slammed shut in your face. Each of them served a purpose. You may not have seen it at the time, but every tear, every heartbreak, every moment of despair was a lesson disguised as suffering. It was the fire that forged your strength, the storm that tested your endurance. And yet, here you stand, still breathing, still rising, still defying every obstacle that dared to stand in your way. The world has tried to silence you, to convince you that you are ordinary, that you should settle for less than what your soul craves. But deep down, You've always known the truth. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to follow the script that society laid out for you. You were born to break boundaries, to shatter limitations, to step into a destiny so vast and powerful that it terrifies those who lack the courage to dream as you do. And now, the time has come. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more questioning whether you are worthy of the greatness that calls to you. You are ready. Every wound you've endured has become your armor. Every failure you faced has become your wisdom. Every rejection, every betrayal, every dark night of the soul has only strengthened your fire. The version of you that was once afraid, once uncertain, once hesitant to step into your power, that version is gone. You have outgrown the chains that once held you back. Now, the universe is aligning in your favor. You may not see it clearly yet, but the signs are everywhere. The right people, the right opportunities, the right moments, they are all being drawn toward you like a tide that cannot be stopped. But here's the truth. This transformation requires action. The path ahead demands courage. You cannot simply wish for change. You must become the force that creates it. So let me ask you, are you ready to claim what has always been yours? Are you ready to abandon the excuses, the self-doubt, the habits that have kept you small? Are you ready to step into the life you were meant to live, to unleash the power that has always been inside you? Because if you are, then hear this. The time for hesitation is over. The world is waiting for you, but it will not wait forever. This is your moment. Seize it. Rise. Step forward with the fire of 1,000 suns burning in your soul, and do not look back, because what lies ahead is nothing less than extraordinary. You stand on the edge of something magnificent, something life-altering. The choice before you is clear. Step forward into the unknown, or remain bound by the comforts of familiarity. But deep down, you already know there is no turning back. The person you were before, the one who doubted, hesitated, and questioned, no longer exists. In their place stands someone unbreakable, someone who has faced the storms and emerged stronger. This transformation is irreversible. You have seen too much, felt too much, grown too much to shrink back into the shadows. The path ahead may not be easy. There will be moments of uncertainty, moments where fear will attempt to claw its way back into your mind. But fear is nothing more than an illusion, a fading whisper of a past that no longer defines you. The universe has given you a gift, a moment of clarity where everything aligns. Do not let it slip through your fingers, because this is not just about you. Your rise will send ripples into the world, will awaken others who have been trapped in their own darkness. Your courage will be a beacon, your strength a force that will break chains, not just for yourself, but for everyone who watches you rise. You were never meant to live a life of quiet desperation. You were meant to be a warrior, a leader, a light in a world that has tried for too long to keep you dimmed. So step forward, not timidly, not with doubt, but with the full force of the power that has always been inside you. This is your destiny. It is waiting. And now finally, you are ready to claim it.